So the Radical UK Cup is next up. A rolling start and a 75-minute race for these cars. Number 27, the red and silver car of Ben Jackson on the pole position. Number 1, the reigning champion, Derek Johnson, who drives with Stuart Mosley this weekend. We ride on board with Terence Woodward as the lights go out. That's Nick Adcock, who's drawn alongside us in the all-red number 20 SR8. Of course, all of these Radical SR8s towards the front of this grid, powered by the PowerTech 2.6-litre V8 engine. An engine that's absolutely howling on the run-up towards Avon Rise and Quarry Corner for the first time. They all safely negotiate the first part of the lap. We'll ride on board with Henry Morgan at the wheel of the car that he will share with Charles Loughran in this race. Towards the S's for the first time they come. It's championship leader and reigning champion Derek Johnson in the lead of the race, albeit he's coming under pressure from Ben Jackson in second position. There in third place is the white, green and grey car in the hands of Roger Bromley. He'll hand it over to Radical employee Rob Weldon for the second stint of the race, as they all charge their way round through Tower Corner for the first time. We ride on board with Henry Morgan. It's the car of Colin Noble that sits directly ahead of us on the circuit. The yellow car ahead of him being that of Duncan Williams. Out of Tower Corner and down towards Camp for the first time. They all make their way. And as they fly around the right-hander that completes the 1.85-mile lap here at Castle Combe, it is joint championship leader Derek Johnson that heads them all, sharing that current championship lead with the car that sits there in third place in the hands of Roger Bromley, the ex-short oval racer. Nick Adcock in third place, fourth place, there you go, number 88 in the hands of Terence Woodward, just ahead of Man Halalos. We ride on board once more with Terence Woodward. The very rapid Ross Kaiser will take over that car come the pit stop window. And the pit stop window opens 10 minutes into this race. It closes with 10 minutes still remaining, and during that period all of the cars must come in and either hand over to their respective co-drivers or remain stationary in the pits for a period of time in the case of the single drivers. And through bobbies go the race leaders, Derek Johnston and Ben Jackson, first and second, starting to pull away now, and reasonably significantly from Roger Bromley in third place, who hasn't quite got the pace in the early stages of this one. They'll head through Quarry Corner. Derek Johnson, the man who was brought up in the northeast, nowadays resides at Nottingham, and therefore his local circuit, Donington Park, a few weekends ago, he didn't have the best of luck. Here comes Terence Woodward, getting very close indeed to the car of Roger Bromley ahead. Up towards Tower they make their way, as Terence Woodward tries to gain third place, heading round through Tower Corner. He's up the inside, should gain the place. Hang on to it neatly as they head through the right, left and then right flicks at bobbies that bring them down the Dean Straight and up towards Camp Corner that completes the lap. There's Gary Kane, car number 19, fending off the attentions of Duncan Williams, with Colin Noble not that far behind, and Henry Morgan thereafter. And that's a good class squabble as well between the car of Gary Kane and the yellow machine in the hands of Duncan Williams. And Ben Jackson now starting to get up to the back marker lapper. It's his father. He's trying to put a lap on. Michael Jackson at the wheel of the Pro Sport, and untroubled so far in the lead of the race is Derek Johnson. There's flames in the background for one of the cars. You could see exactly that car was well alight as it came in towards Quarry Corner. The flames now have extinguished themselves. It's the camera car. Disaster strikes for Terence Woodward on the exit of Quarry Corner. He's going to pull the car off and into retirement. You can just see little bits of flame emitting from the exhaust, but what was a fireball as he came in towards Camp Corner. That looks like a very large engine problem. There's also problems for Nick Adcock. A significant puncture and lots of bodywork damage. By the look of things, also radiator damage for that car, and therefore Nick Adcock jumps out of the car and will certainly take no further part in this race. A real shame that for Nick Adcock. Let's have a look at the replay to exactly what happened. He comes out of Folly Corner up Avon Rise, and bang, that tyre lets go at a very significant speed indeed. Nick Adcock, without question, would have been all eyes and elbows whilst he was trying to contain control of his SR8. Well, the two cars at the front of the pack still remain the same. Derek Johnston still pressing on in the lead of the race, still being hassled and harried all of the time by Ben Jackson. You could see the amount of debris that's been deposited on the circuit as a result of those problems for Nick Adcock. So Derek Johnson makes his way through Quarry Corner. down the straight, slows a little bit coming out of Quarry Corner, which has allowed Ben Jackson to draw alongside as they head up towards the S's this time. Ben Jackson it is now that has inherited the lead of the race down to second place. That looks as though that's another car slowing around the circuit as well. Number 6, Rachel Davis, who shares the car this weekend with the lap record holder here, Nigel Greensall. Into the pits has come Rachel Davis. The rear bodywork comes off the car. The mechanics on hand to peer in and have a look at exactly what the problem is. And certainly for the moment, Rachel Davis doesn't look as though she's going anywhere fast. And further down through the order, number 7, still in the hands of Duncan Williams, hasn't as yet managed to shake off the attentions of Colin Noble, that white car with its Dago flashes. There's problems further up through the field as well. That looks as though it's Gary Kane who's gone all across the grass at Bobby's. And as they now head down towards the braking area for Camp Corner, side by side almost we are there. Colin Noble managing to gain a place, another position lost for Gary Kane. As we can now see the drivers starting to get suited and booted. That's Tom Ashton, who's ready to jump into the car that very shortly will be vacated by Gary Kane. We've just seen him lose a place as a result of that grassy excursion. Here comes Roger Bromley out of Quarry Corner and gets a little bit sideways, spins the car to the infield, does Roger Bromley. Well, was that over-exuberance on the throttle, or was it possibly as a result of some oil having been deposited from Terence Woodward's car following its expiry? Well, the pit's now starting to get a little bit busy. Into the pit lane area comes the car of Colin Noble. We also see number 19, Gary Kane, just vacating the car now. There will be refuelling as well for some of the cars during the pit stops. The refuelling can only take place once the driver is out of the car. In goes the radical fuel churn. In goes the vent for that one. There's also problems for Manhal Alos, number 61, clearly damaged to the front left-hand side of that car. Thankfully for him, the pit stop window is fast approaching, and therefore, if he can get that tended to whilst he's in the pits for his mandatory pit stop, it shouldn't cost him a great deal of time. And Jackson continues round for a further lap in the lead of the race. Derek Johnston, as we said, now down into second position. As into the pits comes Roger Bromley, ready to hand over the car to Rob Weldon. It looks as though they've gone and sprayed some extinguishant on the front wheels of that car. So Roger has been working the brakes very, very hard indeed. Once more, the refuelling taking place whilst the driver is out of the car. Rob Weldon poised to jump in as soon as they've deposited sufficient fuel into the car. Well, here comes Derek Johnston as he makes his way around the circuit, still in second position at the moment. Number 45, Colin Noble, back out onto the circuit following his pit stop, as now the car that was driven by Roger Bromley, now in the hands of Rob Weldon, makes its way out onto the circuit. They'll be keen to try and make some progress as well. Rob, the quicker of the two drivers, number 71 pressing on as well. That's the former Radical Bi-Duro racer, the man from Barnsley in Yorkshire, John Hewitt, as Rob Weldon now rejoins the race.